Alright, okay. What's up, everybody? So, from where we left off, Kaiju and Bakugo have just came back to Japan from their work in, America with the Avengers. Deku has control over his gamma beams. Gamma beams, that's what I'm calling them. And so, basically, you can just shoot energy, or gamma energy, out. So, yeah. And um one other thing. Oh yeah, he buys a really big house, and you'll see why in a minute. Also, um warning, from now on, it's going to be 18 plus type of content in my future videos and in some of this video. But other from that, let's get back in the story. So, I'm going to say it's a Wednesday, and Kaiju and Bakugo come back on an airplane. Well, yeah, on one of the Avengers airplanes, and he drives his car out of the cargo hold, and they just drive back to UA. Well, they drive back to their house that he just bought, and like he had all their stuff moved there. So yeah, so all that's moved there, and they get a change of clothes. And I'm gonna say, while they were gone, UA decided not to have a dress code anymore, so they don't gotta wear those uniforms. They can wear whatever they want. Oh, also, for the next couple of what ifs, it's gonna be, what if Deku was black? What if Deku was Robin Hood? And a surprise. But other than that, yeah. And this series will probably only have like 5 parts because I don't really see any love on these videos. So, yeah. And I may do one where Deku's Blade, or at least trained by Blade. So, yeah. And then I might do a vigilante one where he's trained by Killmonger. But anyways, back to the story. So the mm, the two come back, and the fuck? What the actual hell? Oh hell no! Those dudes fucking shits from Resident Evil. That's disgusting. Sorry, I'm watching Blade Trinity right now. But anyways, he's being chased by those fucking vampire dogs. Anywho, um, so they walk back. Everybody's just like, bro, where the hell have you guys been? Bakugo's just like, we've we've been in America studying with the Avengers. They're just like, oh, lucky you guys got to go with the Avengers. So yeah, and so basically everything goes on to normal. Um, I don't think we did the USJ, or did we? Yeah. So, hmm, basically already did the training arc when they left for 2 years in America. So I won't be doing the training arc, um, the forest training arc, I mean. So let's do Island. Yes, let's do that. Oh, also, stat updates. While they were in America, the rest of Class 1A, they got much stronger, including Annabelle. So Annabelle has a version of gamma beams, but it's just like weaker. Yeah. And then um hmm just everybody got stronger by like 50 times. Yeah, 50 times multiplier. Some Dragon Ball B. Yes. So, yeah, that's how we're gonna do that. And then Bakugo and Deku got stronger by like 60%, 60 times. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how that's gonna go. And then, so they head off to Island. Everybody's in Island. They're having fun. They're just being kids. They got jobs. Um, Kaiju's working as a cook there because, he's really good at cooking. And then Bago is working as a waitress. All of, yeah, all of them are just working as like waitresses and stuff like that. And they find time to hang out, have some fun. And then I didn't feel like finding a suit picture. So this is what he's wearing to the little gathering. And everyone's just like, dude, put on something nice. Just like, this is something nice. And these clothes I'm wearing are the only ones I have right now that will stay intact if I go into my Hulk form. And they're just like, whatever, fine. So, everything happens, All Might gets captured, and instead of having to um go break them out, Annabelle and Kaiju just break the bondages. So yeah. And then everything that happens with Deku and Canon happens to Bakugo instead. So yeah. Yeah, that works. So Deku, I mean, Bakugo does everything that Deku does in canon. It works out fine. And then Melissa. I'm gonna say she was the one that betrayed her father. Reason, because she got corrupted by All for One. Yeah, All for One. And All for One shows up, and immediately Deku just turns into his Hulk form. He's just like, All for One. And All for One knows who Deku is, so he's just like, ah, Kaiju. It's nice to finally meet you. I've had so much fun messing around with your mothers. And not in that way, but like fighting. I've had so much fun. turning them into nomus. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm sorry, but not really. And when Deku hears that, he's just like, "You did what?" And he's just like, "You heard me. I turned them into nomus." And so Kaiju just instantly goes World Breaker Hulk. He's just completely fucking pissed. And then he sees the Nomu versions of his mothers, and he just mercy kills them right there. He just instantly gamma beams them. They just get disintegrated. So he's just pissed as high hell, and all he sees is just crimson. That's legit. All he sees is just crimson, and he's just looking at All For One, and he tells everyone to get off the island now if you don't want to die. And everybody listens to him because he's giving off so much energy that the only people that would possibly survive is Annabelle and yeah, that's it. Just Annabelle. So Annabelle stays on the island to help him when he's done being mad as high hell. So everybody leaves, and All For One lets everyone leave because he's just like, if I can take your power, I'll be unstoppable, and all that BS. So Kaiju, just like, I'm gonna crush you, and then I'm gonna throw you to the sun. And All For One's just like, your petty threats won't affect me, boy. And that just sets Deku off. And because All For One thinks with all the quirks that he has, he can take on Deku. He can't. Nobody can take on Deku in this form except Dr. Banner. Or maybe Sentry, but Sentry, he's off being scared of his own power. And also he got his power, like, he got his mind erased, so he doesn't even know who he is because, Sentry got that little awkward defect. He's also a superhero and a villain. He has split personalities. So, yeah. So, Kaiju just goes with unimaginable speed, just goes straight to All For One and just decks him to the ground. So, and then he just lands on All For One and just starts pounding into him, just letting everything out. And everybody's a far enough distance, and they're just watching as explosions happen. And they're just all scared. They're just scared to high hell. And so Kaiju ends up killing All For One. So yeah, that's a thing. I'm gonna say Shigaraki already has the copy of it. Oh, also spoiler warning. That was a spoiler warning right now. And so yeah, Shigaraki in the manga has not one for All For One has, yeah. But anyways, so basically what happens after that is he's still angry, and so Annabelle just starts saying, alright, we have to let off some steam so we can go back to normal. So they fight, and they're just fighting for hours and hours and hours. Like, he throws a punch, she throws a punch. They're just having a huge slugfest. And I know what you guys are thinking. How is she keeping up with him and he's in his World Breaker Hulk form? Well, I'm gonna say that since she's a second generation abomination, she has a World Breaker form too. But she can control hers at will. Well, I mean, Deku can too, but his is more like on strength. Hers is just like, okay, kick it up a notch. That's basically it. But eventually they get tired out. He goes back to normal, well, his normal Hulk form. And it's just like, thanks. And she's just like, no problem. That's what friends are for. And I know I said I was gonna do a bunch of people, but I'm just gonna stay with Bakugo and Mina, cause yeah, that's what I feel like doing. Not all that other shit, cause then I gotta keep track of people. But yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Mina and Bakugo for my ships. But yeah, so everyone comes back on the island. Um, Bakugo comes running up to Kaiju, and it's just like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" He's just like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I just had to calm down a little bit." And she's just like, "Oh, okay. Are you sure you're fine?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm fine." And so Mina comes up and just like, Mina's just like, "Yeah, I know this is a bad time, but like, do you go out with me?" And when she says this, he completely just reverts back to his normal form, and he's just like, um, this is awkward. Bakugo looks at Mina and she's just like, what the fuck? And Mina's just like, hey, you knew I like him too, and you guys were already dating, and he seems like the type that would be cool with two girlfriends. Like, it seems like he has more than enough stamina to handle it as well. And I am gonna say that Kaiju and Bakugo have done the deed already, so she knows that he has a lot of stamina, and so she just starts blushing when Mina says that, and Mina's just like, exactly. So you're sharing, and Bakugo's just like, all right, fine. And Kaiju is just like, do I not get a say in this? They both look at him, just like, no, you don't. And he's just like, ugh, whatever. And he pulls a joint out of his pocket and just starts smoking it and walks off. And they start following behind him. So, alright, yeah. I'm gonna say they go on a back on a plane that managed to survive because it was like underground, so it survived all the damage. And they got on a party plane, well, private jet. So yeah, they just be they're just partying on the way home. And it's Kaiju just tells the pilots not to come back in the lounge area, like, at all. And I'm gonna say that the trip is like 5 hours long, so I'm just gonna let you guys go wild with your imagination for what the three of them are doing for 5 hours. But nah, go ahead. I'll give you guys until skip until uh skip to 22 minutes, and that's when I'll pick it back up. All right, now, okay, you guys had enough time. Anyways, so they landed, and Kaiju gets in his car. Mina gets in the car. Bakugo gets in the car, and they just drive. And I know what you guys are thinking. What about Annabelle? She she has her own car as well, so she just drives off as well. And I know what you guys are probably thinking. What was she doing during all of the fun time? I'm just gonna say she was flying the plane. Yeah, she was one of the pilots. So, yeah. Um, and for those of you who actually skip to this point in time, go back and just listen through it because I didn't do that what I said I was gonna do. So yeah, but I got a lot more time. What? Uh, hmm. I guess I could do some filler. Yeah, let's just do some filler. So they all three of them go on a date, and they have a bunch of fun. Oh, that's what I was forgetting. The hero killer arc. Alright, let's do that. But after this date filler. So that happens, and then Edith's on his vengeance streak. And I'm gonna say Deku can like just tell. Ugh. Ugh. Sorry about that. But I'm just gonna say that Deku can shit. Kaiju can tell that there's something wrong with Ida, and so he follows Ida. And when Ida comes in contact with Stain, that's when Deku steps in. He catches the sword and just like, yeah, no, bud, you're not doing that. And yeah, Stain might be fast, but he knows who Deku is and he sees him as a true hero. Also, he's done research on him and knows that his blood is like radioactive, so he's not gonna lick it because he doesn't want to get radiation poisoning inside of his body. So he just instantly just gives up. And you know, since Deku's the main character, gives Stain the Talk no Jutsu. Bro, I wish I had Talk no Jutsu. I'd Talk no Jutsu the hell out of Donald Trump. But anyways, and probably some KKK members too, and white supremacists. I'd Talk no Jutsu all of them, make them see the error of their goddamn ways. Anyways, but yeah. So that's the end of that. And then Stan becomes a hero. He's the sidekick of Aizawa because I can see those two getting along. Because like, why not? And then he gets self care because the man was looking kind of crusty in the anime. So He takes care of his skin and all that, and he gets a new costume, yada yada yada. But yeah, so Kaiju and the rest of class wanna go get their license. And I mean like their hero license. Because they already did the provisionals, now they're getting their hero license. I think that's how that goes. But if it's not, oh well, that's how it's gonna go here. And I'm not really gonna go over it because it's obvious that everyone's gonna get their license. So work study time. Time for Eri to come in. Oh yeah, and Coda is just fine. His parents are still alive because yeah, that's what I want to do. Also, I've been ignoring this for the longest. Todoroki, his eye is fine, and Endeavor, um, Endeavor realized the error of his ways before it was too late, and so Dobby is a hero, and he still goes by, his name is still Toya, but his hero name is Dobby. Yeah, so Kaiju goes to Night Eye, and Night Eye instantly likes him because Deku is a funny person, and also I'm gonna say that Night Eye indulges himself with the magic lettuce to time, and yeah, so they get along. So that happens on a patrol, and when Kaiju runs into Eri, he's just like, "Watch out, little one. You don't want to get hurt now." And he picks her up and just like, "Are you okay? You have a lot of bandages." She's just like, I'm fine." And then Overhaul appears out of nowhere, and she just starts shaking, and Deku instantly goes into dad mode. Like he just goes into dad mode and just like must protect Eri. So when Overhaul is telling Eri to come back, Eri's just like, "No, I feel safe with Mr. Kaiju." And so Overhaul takes off his gloves and is like, "Alright, let's rumble." And so they have their fight. Kaiju tells Muriel to take Eri and get out of here. And Muriel listens because he knows Deku is stronger than him, so he listens. And this fight goes on for a long time, and it's being broadcasted on the news. So I'm gonna say that before All for One met his untimely demise by Kaiju's hand, um, he gave Overhaul a very, very strong enhancement quirk. So his powers not tripled, times 70. And so, also, I'm going to put this in here a little bit. Deku can enter his World Breaker Hulk form, power, in his normal state now, because he was training with Annabelle to do it. So, yeah. And he's a quick study, so he learned how to do it fast. So, it's on the news. Bakugo and Mina are watching it, and they're just like, "Oh no, our boyfriend's in trouble." So they're sitting. It's basically like the situation with Todoroki watching his dad fight, but Deku wins, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next part. Um, Cancel that. So Deku gives Overhaul the most nastiest beatdown you can ever think of. And basically, man's just got messed up bad, and he ends up losing one of his arms in the fight. Overhaul, not Deku, well, Kaiju. But yeah, so and he stands over Overhaul's unconscious body, and he puts his hands up in the air, just like, yeah, I won. And then he collapses from exhaustion because he's still not used to using his powers in his normal form. But that's it for this, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Peace.